Wood firing is not just putting the clay in the kiln and burning it. It is an art of processing materials, our minds, as well as our skills in firing. Generally speaking, wood firing poses many challenges and opportunities. It's extremely labor-intensive, requiring pre-checks and constant stoking every 5 to 10 minutes for a duration of around 3 to 8 days. However, there are people who love firing with wood for many reasons. There is no other way to achieve the unexpected color, dramatic scenery, uniqueness, and connection from maker to user. Potters have to do pre-checking to make sure clay works are properly taken care of. One specific feature that they need to check is the water in the clay. Generally speaking, clay contains two types of water. The first type is water of plasticity. It is the water that allows clay to be pliable, and its evaporation is what initially makes clay hard. Bear in mind that the clay at this moment can still be rehydrated into a soft state. The other type is chemical water. It is removed at temperatures above 537 degrees Celsius. Once the chemical water is gone, the clay cannot be softened again by adding water. Firewood firebox. Firewood burns in two stages. When a new piece of wood is loaded into the fire, it will give off volatile gases, which will burn first. Then the remaining 20% will be in the form of charcoal, which will burn later with gentle blue flames. In the ceramic kiln, the two-stage burning takes place in the firebox, which enables us to control the fire. The right amount of air is needed to burn the volatile carbon gases. When there is too little air, some of the volatile carbon gases will become black smoke and escape from the chimney. Grate. The wood is spread out evenly on the grate so that it has easy access to air. The distance between the grates should be wide enough so that the wood will fall into the ash pit when it is nearly burned out. Otherwise, it will block the access of primary air. The grates are normally made of fireclay bars because they are more durable. The ash pit should be as big or bigger than the space above the grate because a thick layer of ember is needed to preheat the primary air. A mouse hole letting air into the bottom of the ash pit can regulate the thickness of the embers. Spy holes. Spy holes, which have neatly fitted bricks for closing the holes, should be left at the top and bottom of the door. When the wood is ready, we could start firing. There are so many variables in wood firing, it's impossible to attribute any one effect to any single variable. For example, any color produced on the works is not a result of the clay body. It is a harmonious blend of wood type, clay body, atmosphere, firing duration, stoke frequency, humidity, wind, temperature, stoking style, and so on. Ceramic change. Ceramic change takes place between 350 to 700 degrees Celsius, a process which permanently changes the plastic clay into something rock hard that can never again be softened by water. This process will change a clay work into a pot because chemically bound water is released from the crystal structure and changed the crystals so that they cannot reverse to their initial shape. The ceramic change peaks at around 600 degrees Celsius and can be indirectly observed from the white steam at the chimney. Smoking. Like preparing the clay works, heating is a process that should be fully concentrated on. If heating goes too fast, the moisture in the clay will become steam, causing the pot to crack or even explode. Therefore, a long period of very slow heating called smoking is needed until all of the pots are completely dry. This smoking accounts for approximately 1/3 of total firing time, meaning 3 to 12 hours or even more, depending on the nature of the clay, the type of wear, and the size of the kiln. We can use a piece of glass of room temperature to check if smoking can be terminated. If water forms on the glass after a number of seconds at the spy hole, smoking should continue. Vent holes. All spy holes and vent holes are left open during smoking to let out the resulting steam and gases before it condenses at colder spots of the setting. Cones. Cones are used to check whether or not the temperature is ready. They can show you almost the exact temperature needed for a kiln. For example, say we have a set with 3 different bending temperatures. When the first cone bends, it indicates that there is only 30 degrees to go before reaching maturing temperature. At this point, the firemaster would check the second cone at the bottom spy hole. If it does not bend at the same time as the upper cone, the firemaster can start stoking more slowly in order to allow the bottom temperature to catch up with the top. The maturing temperature is reached when the second cone bends. The last cone, with a bending temperature 30 degrees above the maturing point, is used to warn firemasters that the temperature is too high for the kiln. Door. The brickwork of the kiln door should have the same insulating quality as the wall of the kiln. In addition, bricks to be laid in a refractory mortar should have a high proportion of sand so that they can easily be shattered afterwards for getting access to the final works. Tongfang Design Institute feels that it is our responsibility to help educate others about ceramic art, and for that reason welcome inquiries about the process and do our best to explain the wood firing procedure to those interested, especially students from design majors.